ReJoe Morgan, Cincinnati Reds second baseman and heart of 1970s Big Red Machine, dies at 77. ReJoe Morgan, the diminutive powerhouse who led Cincinnati's Big Red Machine run of the mid-1970s, has died, a family spokesman and the team said Monday. He was 77. Morgan died at his home in Danville, a suburb of San Francisco, on Sunday, according to the family spokesman. The family on Monday said Morgan died from non-specified polyneuropathy, or nerve damage. Back in 2015, Morgan was diagnosed with myelodysplastic syndrome (MDS), a form of bone cancer, that would lead him to have a bone marrow transplant a year later, from his daughter Angela. The Reds family is heartbroken, Reds CEO Bob Castellini said in a statement. Joe was a giant in the game and was adored by the fans in this city. The Oakland native was named National League MVP in 1975 and 1976, leading Cincinnati to World Series titles in both those seasons. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine eulogized Morgan as the greatest second baseman of all time and a gracious and genuinely nice person. He was a player who mastered every detail of the game, DeWine said in a statement. We saw him play many times with our older children, Pat, Jill, Becky, and John. It was a thrill to watch him. Morgan was inducted into baseball's Hall of Fame in 1990, following a 22-season career with the Houston Colt. 45 seconds, Reds, San Francisco Giants, Philadelphia Phillies and Oakland A's. San Francisco Giants second baseman ReJoe Morgan, 8, catches the ball as Montreal Expos Tim Raines steals second during a game in San Francisco on April 27, 1982. The 10-time All-Star Game selection was an all-around offensive force, smacking 268 home runs and stealing 689 bases. He also had a keen eye at the plate, forcing pitchers to walk him 1,865 times, which boosted his career on-base percentage to .392. Morgan was also a wizard on defense, winning 5 Gold Glove awards as his league's best fielding second baseman. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred on Monday called Morgan the consummate five-tool player, meaning he could hit for a high batting average, hit for power, run the bases, field his position and throw the ball with authority. Joe was a close friend and an advisor to me, and I welcomed his perspective on numerous issues in recent years, Manfred said Monday. He was a true gentleman who cared about our game and the values for which it stands. At just 5'7", Morgan is known as Little Joe throughout his illustrious career. Joe often reminded baseball fans that the player smallest in stature on the field could be the most impactful, Manfred said. Rest in peace, ReJoe Morgan. After hanging up the cleats, Morgan enjoyed a long career in the booth as an analyst for ESPN's Sunday Night Baseball, teaming up with John Miller, radio voice of the Baltimore Orioles and Giants, between 1990 and 2010. As a broadcaster, Morgan was known for his old-school view of baseball, and general rejection for the sport's modern analytics, which was a tad ironic, since those new measures painted him to be an even a greater player than his Hall of Fame resume would show. His highly varied skill set, to draw walks, score runs, steal bases at a high success rate and avoid hitting into ground ball double plays, didn't jump off a standard box score. He did it all, and he did it all the time, said Bench, the first member of the Big Red Machine to enter the Hall. Morgan recognized his place on one of baseball's all-time greatest teams. Bench probably had the most raw baseball ability of any of us, Morgan said before his Hall of Fame induction. Pete obviously had the most determination to make himself the player he was. Perez was the unsung hero. I guess I was just a guy who could do a lot of things. He is survived by his wife of 30 years, Teresa, twin daughters Kelly and Ashley, and daughters Lisa and Angela from his first marriage to Gloria Morgan. Funeral details are not yet set.